The ratings are in for this week's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Will The Rock be in Perth, Australia for Elimination Chamber this weekend? We'll let you know about that, as well as any other potential surprises we could see in Perth, Australia. Dave Meltzer has spoken about Jennifer Pepperman leaving WWE and signing with AEW to be part of the creative process. And we'll let you know how the Elimination Chamber transport from the United States to Australia was interrupted by pirates. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about the ratings for this week's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS. Now, Wednesday night's episode of AEW Dynamite on TBS averaged 828,000 viewers on the network, which is up 2% from last week. It's the best audience total the show has done since January 24, and it's Dynamite's third highest viewership of the year thus far. Now, in terms of the key demographic, Dynamite ranked on cable first on Wednesday night with a 0.29 rating in the 18 to 49 demo, but that is down 3.3% from last week, but is tied for the third highest rating the show has done in that category in 2024 as well. Now, as always, the quarter hour ratings come courtesy of WrestleNomics, so shout out to them. Be sure to subscribe to their Patreon as well. As you can kind of see, a strong lead in and then a decline in the second quarter hour, which has kind of been the regular case recently. Several quarter hours were under the average in terms of the last 90 days trend. Actually only really saw an uptick for the middle of the show, the 9 o'clock hour, and then for the overrun as well. Now, when it comes to the same week in 2023, Dynamite's overall viewership was down 19.3%, while its 18 to 49 rating was down 17.1%. It's the 14th straight week that the show has been down year over year in the key demographic. Now, this Dynamite episode was almost identical to the show's 10-week averages. When compared to the last 10 weeks, Dynamite was up 0.9% in overall viewership, while the 18 to 49 demo was steady. So, what are your thoughts on these numbers? And what are your thoughts on, once again, a kind of number that's in the 800,000 range? Is that just where Dynamite is? Is it ever going to get back above 1 million viewers like it was doing in 2022? Will the signings of Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, Mercedes Moné, will that help out AEW, or are they just kind of stuck in this range now? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, of course, it's Elimination Chamber this weekend. The big question is The Rock going to be there to grace the fans in Perth, Australia with his presence? Well, with this weekend's Elimination Chamber event coming up, WWE fans are wondering if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will make a surprise appearance at the Australian Premium Live event. Now, The Rock himself has said that he won't be there. Let's have a look at what the Great One had to say.
Oh, I know. Everybody wants to know what's happening down in Perth, Australia. It's going to be this weekend, right? Is that right? Yeah, The Rock knows when it's happening. You know why? Because they kept asking The Rock, Rock, will you go down to Perth? Could you come down to Perth, Australia? Listen, The Rock can't be there in Perth. The Rock wishes he could be there in Perth. He's going to be there in spirit, and that's all that matters. The People's Champ spirit is going to be in Perth. But here's who else is going to be in Perth. Grayson Waller, doing the Waller effect. It's that show. It's a big show. It's a big show here in the States, and it's an even bigger show down there in Australia. You know why? You know why, Dumbo? Because Australia is his country. It's his home country. The people are going to go crazy for him, but here's what's happening. Here's the bullshit that's happening now down in Australia. Cody Rhodes and his little girlfriend, Seth Rollins, are going to go on the Waller effect. Here's the thing. I need you and this goof holding the camera and this one holding the microphone over here. I need all of you guys to make sure that Perth knows some bullshit happening. And if those guys meaning Cody and his little girlfriend Seth, if they start talking trash, let The Rock know. Tell The Rock, because here's what's going to happen. The Rock is going to slap the piss out of both of them just like that. As a matter of fact, if they talk trash, The Rock will fly down there to Perth before that interview is over, and he'll do it. Don't wonder why The Rock can make it that quick. The Rock makes magic happen. Do you understand? All right, that's all The Rock has to say about Perth. Perth, Australia, get ready, because the WWE is coming. Let The Rock know if those two jabronis talk trash. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
So The Rock says he's not going to be there, but that is tradition in professional wrestling. That could mean that he will be there and he just doesn't want to ruin the surprise. However, in a new interview with 92.9's Xav and Michelle for The Breakfast in Perth, WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque doubled down on The Rock's comments, saying adamantly The Rock will not be in Perth for the event. He said, quote, "You are not going to see The Rock at Elimination Chamber. I'm not going to spin that because I don't want people expecting that and not seeing it. The show will be spectacular. I believe when it's done, nobody will miss The Rock," Levesque said, as this all came to be. His schedule is quite tight, as you can imagine. We have him for a lot of events. Unfortunately, this was not one of them. Now, despite the lack of The Rock, Levesque was clear that there will still be some surprises at the show and promises the kind of spectacle that WWE fans have come to expect from the company's international premium live events. So naturally, that led to speculation as to, okay, then what surprises are we going to see? Now, as I mentioned, with Elimination Chamber on the horizon, fans are wondering what to expect from the card. On the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said fans can expect more than just the advertised matches. He said, quote, "There will be some surprises," Meltzer said, but he also then, I guess, kind of speculated on what they could be. He said, quote, "There's rumors. It's not The Rock, don't worry. No word on what the surprises might be," but Meltzer's statement does corroborate what Paul Levesque was saying, suggesting that The Rock won't be there, but there could be some surprises as well. Of course, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is now a member of the TKO Group Holdings Board of Directors and returned to WWE at the beginning of the year and has now been embroiled in the feud between undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and 2024 Men's Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes. Now, The Rock almost challenged Roman Reigns at WrestleMania before Cody Rhodes stepped up at the recent press conference in Las Vegas and made clear his intentions to dethrone the Tribal Chief. Rhodes is set to appear at Elimination Chamber as a guest of Grayson Waller, who will be hosting a special edition of the Grayson Waller Effect. So what surprises are you expecting to see at Elimination Chamber? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, of course, it was a big week for AEW when it comes to new hires, particularly in the creative department. Now, shortly before the February 21st episode of AEW Dynamite, it was announced that AEW had agreed to a deal with Jennifer Pepperman, a former WWE writer who has 3 Daytime Emmy Awards to her name, thanks to her work on various soap operas. Pepperman was announced as AEW's new Vice President of Content Development, a role set to work alongside AEW President Tony Khan in producing content for the company's live programming. Only 1 week had elapsed between Pepperman leaving WWE and inking a deal with AEW, but it seems WWE may have seen the writing on the wall. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio explained that this was due to Pepperman's close relationship with Mercedes Moné. Quote, "When she quit last week, I was actually told by WWE that they expected that she would be in AEW very soon because of her connection with Mercedes. As Mercedes is a personal writer like Brian Gewirtz is for Dwayne Johnson, Moné is set to arrive in AEW in the coming weeks, with a rumored debut date being March 13, as the company is set to host the Big Business Dynamite special in Moné's hometown of Boston, Massachusetts." Now, Pepperman was reportedly highly regarded among people in WWE thanks to her work with the SmackDown Women's division, including the time after Moné, then known as Sasha Banks, left the company in May 2022. So much so that Raw General Manager Adam Pearce wished her the best of luck with whatever her future has in store, while also saying it was a joy to work with her. So, of course, if we get any more details on Jennifer Pepperman's future with AEW, we'll, of course, let you know. Now, this is a fascinating story when it comes to Elimination Chamber and actually some of the logistics of getting the chamber structure itself and everything else that comes with it over from the United States to Australia. Now, actual pirates delayed the Elimination Chamber transport plans as the wrestling company journeyed to Perth, Australia. As the WWE Elimination Chamber press event kicked off last night, an intriguing detail was noted in the opening package. While describing the tribulations going into making the trek to Perth, Australia for the event. A wild, real-world story. Michael Cole said, quote, "A structure which took over a month to get here. Originally, it was supposed to ship through the Suez Canal, but pirates ended those plans, so it was sent to Miami, transported via truck to Los Angeles, taken by ship to Sydney, and then by train to Perth." Now, the structure did indeed arrive despite the turbulent travels and was shown being erected, noting as weighing as over 10 tons. So somehow, some way they got there in the end. Now, when it comes to other additions to the card for Elimination Chamber, another title match has been added, and it was announced at last night's WWE press event. Announced on the Elimination Chamber press event, there was a brand new tag title match added to the show, specifically the pre-show, an hour before the main show begins. The Women's Tag Team Championships will be on the line when the Kabuki Kabuki Warriors, Damage Control members Asuka and Kairi Sane defend against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Hartwell joins fellow Aussies Rhea Ripley and Grayson Waller, set to appear on the card in front of their home country of Australia. Elsewhere, of course, the men's tag team championships are already on the line at the event, as undisputed tag team champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day look to defend their titles against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, the new Catch Republic. Of course, we get any more details, of course, we'll let you know in the future. But there you go, guys. This latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.